I really wanted to take you guys through a very realistic week living in New York City, doing the activities that I love and some new activities as well. The $100 is a part of my fun budget, which is $200 per month. Here is my monthly budget for anybody who is new here and has not seen my other two videos talking about my budget. But on that note, take some time right now to subscribe because I share a lot of budget related videos and I plan to do more as this year goes on. Stay a while. It's a fun time on this channel. But back to our budget, we are going to be spending $100 in 1 week in New York City. We are actually getting out there and doing a lot of different types of things. And this will really illuminate the fact that there are so many things in New York City that do not cost a lot of money, but are very fun and very engaging activities. Because I think it would be cheating if I just stayed home all week and no one would really benefit from this video. I am boots on the ground, showing you guys so many different ways that I spend my money wisely, but also have a lot of fun in New York City, which is of course the point of living here. I also want to first start off by saying that New York City is the city. It is the city of dreams. It is the city that people come to make their dreams come true. A lot of people hustle every single day. I have definitely hustled so many times in New York City to live the life that I want to live and to really make it here. And why I'm saying this at the beginning of this video is to set the precedent. It is unrealistic to think that you spend money every single day. So many people do not spend money every single day. I myself do not spend money every single day. So take this video as a very realistic account of a girl who lives in New York City. I'm 31 years old and I make my life very happy and very fruitful. And I go out and I do a lot of things. I hang out with my friends. I'm taking you guys through an entire week. So let's begin. I also should clarify my budget. So like I said, we are doing a $100 week, but I only have $80 left in my spending budget for March. I start each month with a $200 activities, entertainment budget. I buffered my budget this way because I know that there are so many activities that I can take advantage of in New York City that are literally $0. And of course, there are a lot of things that cost money, but I myself never do things that are outrageously expensive. And I always make sure I try to find deals where I can. So this week starts off on a Friday and I really wanted to go to MoMA to take their free drawing class. MoMA is in partnership with Uniqlo and they bring New Yorkers free drawing classes every single Friday, which I thought was such a great way to spend a Friday evening. It's from 5:30 to 8:30 every single Friday and you literally just go show your ID and you get free admission to MoMA. So even after you draw, you can go roam around the museum until it closes at 8:30. This was my first time going and I will absolutely make a habit of doing this because I had so much fun roaming around the museum. I love museums. I go to museums all the time and this was honestly such a treat. Saturday, we started the day at Strand Bookstore. I actually had 3 books that I wanted to sell, and the credit from selling those books, I'm gonna put towards new books in the future, and I'm very excited to go book shopping maybe later this month or next month. These are the books we're selling. And even though this day was actually very, very cold, the temperature was around 36 degrees, I really wanted to take advantage of a solo day and walk throughout the city. So I walked from Strand all the way to the West Village. That is where I went to a free event. I was invited in by Van Est, which is a candy store in the West Village, and they were having a pop-up, and it was actually free to the entire public. Free candy and a free sweatshirt from Van Est. It's a Swedish candy spot. They invited me in to take some content, so I'm very thankful that I have candy. Swedish candy, gummy candy is my favorite. There's actually a lot of pop-ups happening today. This line is also very crazy. Free for everybody, I believe. Or it's like £1 for free or something like that. The pop-up was the entire day, so anybody could have gone there and gotten a free bag of candy. There are so many pop-ups in New York City that a lot of people don't know about, but I mentioned this in my very first budget video. I look at NYC for free to find all the different pop-ups happening literally every single week. So I highly recommend you guys doing that as well if you're looking for free activities to do in the city. Flip-bopping around because that's what free will is all about. After the pop-up, I walked all the way to the Lower East Side because I had to finally see Silence Please for myself. So this is a cafe, a listening room. The vibes in there are incredible. Listened to vinyl for the first time, and I got to play with the records as well as just walk around, sit and listen to the DJ who was playing at the time. The space is so light and airy and beautiful, and the acoustics are literally insane. I struck up conversation with some new people. I am so happy that I went, and I do absolutely want to come back. You guys, Silence Please is so cool. I feel like this is one of those places that are gatekept for a reason. I see why. It's a beautiful space, really cool that we can listen to music and play with the vinyl. Now we're actually gonna go back to the West Village because there's a free event that I want to stop by. Walked all the way back to the West Village because there was another pop-up happening. I went to Murray Cheese, which funny enough was right across the street from the candy pop-up, and they were having a tasting for about 4 hours. So I got free pizza, I got free cheeses, I got some free beer, I got a lot of free food. Once again, those are so much fun to take advantage of here in New York City. Then I went home for a little bit just to take a 2-hour break, and I was up and out again. We are back out. We're going to the Met. They have a date night every Friday and Saturday. And I've been to one, but it was about 2 years ago at this point. So we're gonna go again. The fact that I have to wear a wool coat and a wool sweater at the end of March makes me really upset. I have these spurts of wanting to be out, so that's what we're doing today. I really wanted to go to the Met because they have their date night on Friday and Saturday nights every single week, and this is pretty much free to New York residents. If you don't know what Pay As You Wish is, that is a very low-cost admission opportunity that New York City residents can take advantage of, and I've been doing that ever since I moved to New York City in 2023. I ended up paying $1 for going into the Met. Night at the Museum activated. I learned that they also have a live musical performance every single Saturday. So I sat and got to listen to the most beautiful violinist, and they were playing for 2 hours, and I caught the tail end of it. I was there for about an hour, but that was such a beautiful way to spend my Saturday evening. I had so much fun. And then after the performance, I just walked around the Met, which I will never get tired of. It is such an incredible museum. Sunday, I did an activity I have never done before. You guys, I'm going to my very first Rangers game. I'm so excited. I went to my very first Rangers game. So I have a friend who is really into sports, and we had been talking about wanting to go to a Rangers game. We were keeping our eye out on tickets for a while. If you don't know, the Rangers play in Madison Square Garden. We ended up finding really good seats for $67 each. I was okay with paying that. I thought that was a really decent price to pay for a ticket to go to MSG and watch the game, especially because this was my very first experience. It seemed like a very decent price to pay for a good game because we ended up winning, and it was a really fun atmosphere to be in. Got a slice of pizza, which was $6, and then I also got a beer after the game with my friend, and that was $12. And And now on to Monday, and Monday is the start of a traditional work week. And even though I work for myself, I do pretty much follow a traditional work week schedule where I am working about 8 to 9 hours a day in spurts. And as I mentioned in video 1 of my budget series, I am a huge book lover, and people who have been on this channel for a while, you already know that. So I make it a weekly outing to go to the library and pick up books. I use the New York Public Library online app to reserve the books that I want, and then I go into the library and pick it up. But even while I'm at the library, I always go browse and see if there's any new books that I might have had my eye on. And if you don't know, library cards are free in New York City and give you access to not only unlimited books, library programming, and there are so many other things associated with having a library card that is free for all New York residents. And Mondays are usually days where I cook my meals at home and meal prep. I find that it just makes it easier for me to stay really focused throughout the week because I have a dedicated day that I usually cook my meals. So I'm taking you guys through meal prepping one of my favorite meals, which is pulled pork, sweet potatoes, and coleslaw. And then I also have it with a side of pickles. I love pickles. Hopefully there's someone else who loves pickles as much as me too, but that's one of my favorite meals. It's really hearty, really filling, and it's about 8 servings, so it lasts me a while. And after meal prepping, I'm usually just working for the rest of the day. Everyone works here in New York City to, of course, live the life that they live. That is just a realistic account of course, living in New York City. Like in any place, of course, work is a huge part of it. And Tuesday, I had an unexpected outing.
I cannot believe I'm back in the hospital, literally a month after I was in the hospital, but did not wake up this morning thinking that I would be going into emergency.
Emergency surgery needed to be had. I will talk way more about this on next week's podcast episode. This will be an emergency podcast episode. The plus side is that this room is so nice.
I went to the hospital, and I will be talking a lot more about this on my podcast.
Everything's gonna be okay.
We made it. I'm out of surgery. I'm just relaxing now.
I'm so thankful that I do have insurance, which did make this unexpected hospital visit absolutely free. Once again, I am very, very thankful for that. And full disclosure, being self-employed, I did not have health insurance every single month. Therefore, it is not a monthly expense for me, but I know that so many other people do have it as a monthly expense. I am acknowledging the fact that I am really, really thankful that I do have health insurance, and very thankful that I had it exactly in this moment to cover this unexpected hospital outing. If anybody is curious or worried, I am okay, and I tell the entire story on my podcast, so go check that out if you're curious on what exactly happened. Wednesday is the start of a new month. It is April 1st. And once I got home from the hospital, I took a shower, got a little bit ready, and I recorded my podcast. And this is actually the podcast that will be sharing everything about the hospital visit. And then I decided to make an at-home matcha. I've shared with you guys about how much I have been loving making my matchas from home again. I used to do this in my old apartment, and I'm so happy that I brought it back because 1, it saves so much money making it from home, and 2, it's actually really fun to learn how to perfect making matcha. I feel like I'm getting so much better at making it each time, and I'm getting the color a little bit better each time, and the taste is honestly so good. If anyone's curious, I tried to replicate the Blank Street strawberry shortcake matcha, and it's so good. Once again, take you guys through my workday where I'm literally just sitting and working for many, many hours. I'm either editing videos or responding to emails. And Thursday, the very last day of our week, we started the day off with, you guessed it, working. We are getting a few projects done, but I am also taking you guys through the finishing of my first April book. Technically, I started it at the end of March, but we wrapped it up in April. And more to come on my book roundup for the end of April. And last but not least, I am going out with my friend to dinner. I do not go out to dinner very often. I have mentioned this before, but a brand did invite me in to have dinner, and this place is called Skewer. En route to dinner. My friend is almost there. I'm so excited for this girly night we're about to have. I guess it's technically in Flatiron, and I'm very, very happy that my work in social media does allow me these opportunities. So I'm very, very thankful. And the dinner itself is a comped dinner, but of course I always do tip because I feel like that is the right thing to do, even though I am of course coming in to help with content. But me and my friend had a lovely dinner at Skewer. I'm so happy that we got the opportunity to get dressed up, go to dinner, and really enjoy time out on the town. I have been loving taking advantage of the opportunities I get to go out to a sit-down dinner, especially because I don't do it very often. I really like to lean into the whole experience, get ready, and really lean into that time with friends. We also know a few other bar owners around the city, so we were able to go stop into Seville just to see some of the live music playing, which was such a treat and really helped to fully wrap up the night and make it really fun and special. So for our March budget, we actually went over by $6. And like I said in my previous video, it is okay if you go over budget. We're not talking crazy over budget. We are talking about a very healthy, normal amount going over budget. That is not the end of the world. Budgets are a framework, like I mentioned. It's just important to be mindful about how you're spending your money. But of course, continue to live your life. Technically, because this takes us through into a new month, we restarted on April 1st. The dinner outing, even though it was a free dinner, the tip I would still put into my activities budget, but we will save that for our April roundup of our monthly budget. In this one week, we technically spent $106, not $100, but you know what? We were pretty dang close to $100. You get the gist. And that wraps up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you guys like this style of video. I really enjoy taking you guys through bits and pieces of every single day and really highlighting what I'm actually doing and what I'm actually spending my money on, because I think it is important to make it clear that there's so many things that you can do in New York City that are very minimal in cost or free. But of course, when you spend money, you can of course spend your money, but doing it in a very mindful way, a very intentional way, I feel like that is what makes it worth doing, and that's what I will always advocate on this channel. So remember to subscribe if you're new here. Also remember to thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, as I hope you did, and I will see you guys in my next one.